question is, what does Islam say about destiny, and is our does our is destiny infinite?
Is destiny infinite? Could you just clarify what you mean by infinite? As in, is it set in stone, or
Is our destiny starts when we are born, but
right?
does our destiny end when we die, or does it continue when we are Jannah or Jahannam?
Okay, inshallah. We'll ask that to the Sheikh. Sheikh, we have about 2 minutes till the break. So if you could just maybe answer the brother Adam's question, inshallah.
I mean, it's a very important part of our deen, because when Jibreel alayhi salam came to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi salam, not only did he ask about what is Islam and what is ihsan, what is Iman. And Iman is amantu billah wa malaikatihi wa kutubihi wa rusulihi wa qadri khayrihi wa sharrihi min Allah ta'ala wal ba'si ba'd al-maut. So as part of our Iman and belief, we have to believe in qadr and destiny and fate, that everything happens by the decree and will of Almighty Allah Ta'ala. And even if a musibah and calamity comes upon a person, then indeed, وَمَا أَصَابُكُم مِّن مُّصِيبَةٍ فَبِمَا كَسَبَتْ أَيْدِيكُم. Any musibah, calamity can also part of it because of our own actions. So when you are speaking about destiny, this is a very huge topic, because ultimately, everyone only in the knowledge of Allah, he will gain entry into Jannah, and that life is a life of eternity. And then you have the life for a person, if it has been decreed and if it's ready, and this is in the knowledge of Almighty Allah Ta'ala, that if a person is destined to go into the fire of hell, but then again, we believe that that time after, finally all of the believers will gain entry into Jannah. So this is, as you know, we have to do the action. We have to turn to Almighty Allah Ta'ala. We have to cannot just say that I believe in Qadr and destiny, but then we don't want to do the actions that would take us and like to tread upon a path that will make our way easy to Jannah. So Almighty Allah Ta'ala has given us intellect, given us the understanding. So what we really need to do, believe when anything happens, a person has passed away, we say, قَدَّرَ اللَّهُ مَا شَاءَ فَعَلَ. It is in the knowledge of Allah, that has been decreed. You cannot change whatever has already come to pass, but we know, but we don't know what is the future, and hence we have to pray and make dua. That is why we have the dua and the prayers, like how we are entering the month of Rajab and Sha'ban, and we are praying that Allah Ta'ala let us see the month of Ramadan, because then we have time
Sheikh,
to make dua
I'm so
and prayer.
sorry to cut you off. We're just going to a short break. If we could just finish the answer just on the other side of the break, inshallah. Brothers and sisters, we'll see you very shortly, just on the other side of the break. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Yes, I mean, as Almighty Allah Ta'ala reminds us in the Quran, قُلْ لَن يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا وَمَوْلَانَا وَعَلَى اللَّهِ فَلْيَتَوَكَّلِ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. At the end of it, we all have to bear and endure when there is difficulty and pain and hardship, and accept that everything happens by the will of Almighty Allah Ta'ala. You see, we do not know what Almighty Allah Ta'ala has for us in the future, but whatever has happened, whatever has occurred, we say it has already been decreed and it's already been recorded. Just like how when we do our actions, all those actions that we have done is already been recorded, and we will see that on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. But what we have to strive and achieve and work towards is fulfilling, hoping and praying that as we follow a path, and that path which takes us on a way that makes our our entry into Jannah very easy. For example, if the believer knows that he has to offer his 5 daily prayers, then we cannot say this is in our qadr and destiny and fate. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. No, Almighty Allah Ta'ala is and wants us to do the actions, and then we have to pray and make dua that Allah Ta'ala accept it from us. Because if a person doesn't care, and he has, for example, he has abandoned his connection with Almighty Allah Ta'ala by not performing his prayers, then where is his sila? We say the silatul abd, or sila bain al abd wa rabbihi. Where is the connection with a person with his creator? And that is where we many a times we fail, we become lax, we become lazy, we abandon the commandments of Allah. and then we are still hoping for the mercy of Almighty Allah Ta'ala. So the believer, yes, in every condition, as long as he has that reliance and tawakkul, whatever has been decreed in times of difficulty, because he has that iman and yaqeen, that Almighty Allah Ta'ala may be testing him in times, for example, if he becomes ill and sick. عجبا لأمر المؤمن إن أمره كله له خير وليس ذلك لأحد إلا للمؤمن إن أصابته السراء شكر فكان خيرا له وإن أصابته الضراء صبر فكان خيرا له. Amazing is the affair of the believer. In every condition he finds himself in, there is khair and there is good in it. If a good comes upon him, then he is grateful and he gets rewarded. And that is only for the believer. If a difficulty, a pain comes upon him, he perseveres, and there also he gets the reward. You see, this is the life and this is the reality. He will see it in the life of thereafter. فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ. Whomsoever does the action, a good action, he will see it. So we cannot just say, you know, there is destiny and there is Jannah and there is Jahannam and the fire of hell, and that is the life of eternity. Almighty Allah Ta'ala, He wants the believer to do the actions, to turn to Him as with ibadah, with worship, and at the same time seek and ask forgiveness. Almighty Allah Ta'ala is not in need of our ibadah. We are in need of the Creator, and whomsoever does an evil deed, also he will see it, you know, the size of an atom. No matter how small it may be, every action is being recorded, and he will see it on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. But that is the day وَنَضَعُ مَوَازِينَ الْقِسْطَ لِيَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ فَلَا تُظْلَمُ نَفْسٌ شَيْئًا. You know, Almighty Allah Ta'ala, all the actions of the believer will be placed on the scales, and then it will be given weight. Even whatever we say, whatever we speak, our utterance, our adhkar and zikr, our Quran, all that will be given weight. And Allah will not deal unjust to any person on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah.